I wish you would tell me why. Do you want to build a snowman?
Hey, let's recap Once Upon a Time, Season 4, Episode 5, entitled Breaking Glass. So this episode was really interesting because we didn't go back to the Enchanted Forest or Arendelle for our flashbacks. We stayed in the real world and had a little Emma time. This was a very Emma-filled episode. It wasn't that exciting. Not much happened, except in Storybrooke, obviously. The flashbacks do serve a purpose, if nothing else, but to move the story forward with new information. So when we started the episode, Emma and Elsa find pictures in the town records that indicate that Emma had an interaction with the Snow Queen, but she doesn't remember it. So she goes to Regina, who obviously had Sydney tail her, and that's how the pictures were taken when Regina was having him followed in Season 1. But Regina is like all up in her lair, trying to find a cure for Marion, and she doesn't want to talk to Emma because she blames Emma for absolutely everything. And they actually have like a really serious conversation about this in the middle of the woods. She says, it's your fault and you can't get away from that. Like, you can't assuage your guilt by giving me compliments or being my friend or trying to make it up, because you can't. You just have to deal with it, which is what Regina is having to do with the situation. She just has to accept that there's nothing she can do, and, that she got Sydney out of the mirror in order to kill Marion, but then she changed her mind, like, she's not telling Emma that because she wouldn't believe her, because it doesn't matter anymore. She has to deal with it. So speaking of Sydney, Sydney's actually working for the Snow Queen now, and so he tells Regina that the Snow Queen is in this direction, you can find her here. So Emma and Regina go after her, which is good because they're also following Elsa, who saw Anna and is now chasing after her. She makes the ice bridge that she makes in Let It Go, which is just wonderful for the fans. And she follows Anna to the Snow Queen, which was obviously a trap. And the Snow Queen, captures her, puts her in ice chains, and says, I need your fear, I need your doubt, for something. The Snow Queen's motivations are not at all explained. We get a little hint as to what they are at the end of the episode, but we're still really in the dark. The Snow Queen says, I'm gonna go build a snowman, which is actually just, an ice samurai thing, which Emma and Regina have to work together to fight, because Emma has her light magic, Regina has her fire, or dark magic, whatever you want to call it, and the thing is they need both in order to destroy it. It's the yin and yang, and the two unlikely friends coming together. At the end of the episode, Emma says that she doesn't want to make the same mistake twice, and this is where she references the flashback. So flashback is when Emma was in the orphanage or the home, and she ran away because she saw Cecilia get adopted and she had a wonderful family, and Emma realized that she was too old to ever have parents look at her like that. It was really, really depressing moment. It's just like an insight into Emma's crappy childhood, and all the stuff that she's had to go through. And so she meets this other girl who's also on the run. She says she's from home. She's obviously lying, but Emma doesn't see it. Break into a house and, steal a video camera, make some funny videos, bond, and they promise to be friends forever. And there's a little tattoo on her wrist of a star, and it says it makes you special. And so Emma's idea is that, there's something that makes everybody special, and even though we will have flaws, people make mistakes, you learn from them, which is basically the theme of the entire episode. For Lily, she gets caught. Emma does not forgive her. It's not that interesting. It's pretty cliche story, but it's part of Emma's history, so it's okay. Okay, so at the end we see the Snow Queen. What she wanted was not actually Sydney. She wanted the mirror. Regina's magical mirror has some kind of magical properties, and she wants it. So she sets Sydney free. She says that mirrors reflect everybody's inner self. And she wants this mirror, and she fits a piece of it into a very large one. And then it kind of comes together, a very large mirror. And she says she wants it because she wants to have what was never given to her, a family who loves her. And so this is kind of, this could be reference to Elsa and her family, because she claims that she's her aunt, and that she wants a family who loves her and accepts her. which is kind of referencing the flashback and what Lily was talking about. She wants to feel accepted, she wants to feel loved and in a family, which are similar to the Snow Queen's goals. So if that wasn't serendipitous enough, Emma goes back and looks through her childhood things, and Hook is actually doing a really great job of bonding with Henry in this episode. She's very sweet with Emma. He's becoming a really great boyfriend for a guy with a hook for a hand. He wants to see her childhood. He wants to know what makes her her. There's a little swan fire photo, so it's like, oh, flashback, this was included in Emma's history. So it's like, huge Emma backstory, everything that ever happened with Emma, the orphanage, and Neil, and everybody. So they watch this video that's from the same video camera from a flashback, and it turns out that the Snow Queen was one of her foster mothers. This was a theory some people had already thought of, and I guess it's true. The Snow Queen knew her because she was a foster mother. It's unknown why Emma does not have any memories of her, but hopefully we'll find that out next week because we really need some Snow Queen backstory. So because the Snow Queen has an actual Land Without Magic persona, we know why she did not have a record in Storybrooke's mayor's books, because she didn't come over in the curse, obviously. She was already here. She was Emma's foster mother. But this now gets us all thinking, what's the connection with Arendelle, because she was obviously in the urn over 30 years ago. She was obviously engaged with Rumpelstiltskin, and so the question is, are these things all connected? Okay, and the separate storyline that was going on this episode was David trying to get Mary Margaret out of the house because she has been attached to baby Neil at the hip. The previous episode we saw Archie talking to her saying, you know, it's healthy to be apart, but Mary Margaret's like, no, I have to cling on to him because I missed so much time with Emma and I'm not going to miss 1 second of Neil's life. But, you know, they allow Belle to babysit, and they go out or on a hike. Mary Margaret thinks that David staged Will Scarlet's prison escape because we see him digging in the ground, and he's looking for his travel sack, which is, you know, where he put the map to the travel sack. Real smart, Will Scarlet, but, you know, drinking. Some people think that he's, you know, digging for a rabbit hole. Some people think he's looking for something in his travel pack to do with Anastasia. We still don't know. But main thing is he was pardoned by Mary Margaret because she got her fire back and she got her sense of adventure back. So Snow White is alive now. However, they let a thief go. But that's okay because we love Will Scarlet. We really need some answers, but hopefully we'll get those next week.